In this video, it's much about for myself, really, as much as anybody else that would find this interesting. So this is what I mentioned about the website I'm doing at the moment. Well, it's mine, Nigel Brewster Photography. I mentioned this in the last video. Anyway, so this is where I am at the moment, and this is offline. That's online. Okay. So it's looking really like this, which is very similar to the way it's looking offline. However, there are differences. So I'll just go to here. This is the offline one. Okay. I'm not really sure about this slider business. I think it's a bit too fast at that. Maybe I'm going to cut that down. Maybe to about 3 or 4 seconds. I think that's just a touch fast for people when they don't want to be. As I've said in many videos, I don't like animation really. You know, that's really like sort of in your face, if you like. So I like it nice and smooth and that. You know, I think it's we got to look for accessibility for people. Anyway, we go down here. And I like this part. That's not too bad. And this is this is where the buy thing is. That's not set up, and it's not set up online either. Contact form, that doesn't work online or offline. And this is the little bit of progress I've made about social media on there. The other thing is that I don't really like this menu either. I've got menu because, as I've said, many videos, I like the name menu or navbar or show menu or whatever. But with this one, it's just like, even when you go to say gallery or about, it doesn't really do anything. You have to go back to it. Not sure about that. And also, if I can just go in there a little bit, and if you can see at the bottom, there's a scroll bar. Albeit very, very small scroll bar, and it would still work very well on mobile sites, but I would like that cutting out. So there's things I've got to do on this. As I say, it's as much about like about my own, you know, for myself, about what what's in my mind and what I'm going to try and change. So the menu, I like the color of the menu. Another thing is that that's gallery, about, shop, contact. That contact's not done yet. I'll just show you. If you look at this line here, this is the contact for on the menu, and that has to go to an ID. If there's a hashtag there, although this is HTML, it's the same in CSS as probably you know. So if we just go down here and find, trying to look at contact form. So if I just put in an ID here, equals, and I'll put contact, okay. Just file and save that, okay. And this should like do an inspection. Here we go now. Okay, so what I'm going to do here on the body, I mean, this is from Bootstrap Studio when I prototyped it in there, and everything's running very, very slowly, which is and it has to be the video thing because it was running okay before. There, okay, right. So what I'm going to put in now, okay, is something called overflow. And I'm going to put overflow X, okay, and I'm going to put that as a colon, and I'm going to put hidden. Alright, so I'm just going to do that, save changes. Alright, refresh, and then refresh on here as well. Okay, so hopefully this will solve the mobile little problem out, but sometimes it doesn't. Yes, it has. Okay. So there's just a few things that I've shown you about like what's going on in my mind. Basically, for if anybody's interested, I mean, I'm a perfectionist, and it's like, you know, something where, oh, that'll do is not good enough for me. I've got to like have it where it might not be the best site in the world to anybody else, but it has to be correct for me, you know. I mean, this where the scroll bar is, that might not be any issue to anybody else, but now the scroll bar's gone with overflow. And I think that, you know, once over I was more of like a programmer, and now I'm more of a designer. And I think that a designer who can code a bit, and I think that I don't know, I think it's just everything has to be, you know, just so, I mean, as a lot of it's subjective, you know what I mean, in web design and that, it's a lot of it's subjective, but if I'm trying to aim for something like this menu business here, I think that you put, when you say contact, it'll go to the contact, but this menu should once you've done that, it just should go like that, but it's not. So when you're touching about, if it's a touch screen or you're mobile, about, then you've got to the about, and if you take that back up and click it or touch it, then it'll go to about. But I don't want that. I want something where if it's a shop, I want that to scroll back into and be hidden. Okay, so anyway, I thought that would be just a few pointers, and if you're having difficulties with some of your website problems and things like that, yeah, just get in touch, and you know, I'll try and solve them for you. Okay, so thanks for watching, thanks for listening.